Following laboratory safety procedures is very important when working in the chemistry lab. Failure to follow these procedures could lead to serious injury. To begin, I'd like to familiarize you with some very important lab safety equipment that may be necessary should a major accident take place. The shower and eye wash stations are located in the southwest corner of the lab, just to the left of the chemical storage closet. To operate the shower, simply pull down on the handle and all of Lake Michigan will instantly be released onto your head. Only use the shower if absolutely necessary, as all of this water will end up on the laboratory floor. To activate the eye wash, place your eyes over the nozzles and push the square lever with your hand. Rinse for 5 to 10 minutes. The eye wash station should not be necessary, however, because you will always be wearing goggles. Always. The fire blanket is sealed in a red container in the back corner of the lab. This blanket should be used in the case that you or your clothing accidentally ignites. To release the fire blanket, pull down on the red handle and wrap the blanket around you. Finally, in case of a serious fire, the fire extinguisher is located near the main exit door of the lab. Next, let's hit the runway to have a look at this season's lab fashion. The most important piece of lab safety equipment is a pair of goggles. Goggles must always be worn when working in the lab to protect your eyes from splattering chemicals or broken glassware. Don't fear, your friends will be jealous of how cool you'll look in your new eyewear, so try not to brag. Always place goggles over your eyes and not on your forehead or around your neck. Aprons make an excellent fashion accessory for any chemistry fashionista. Although aprons are not required in the lab, you may choose to wear an apron to protect clothing from accidental spill damage. Sandals should never be worn in the lab, as broken glassware and spilled chemicals could cause injury to exposed skin. Also make sure to tie long hair back to avoid unwanted ignition with a Bunsen burner. Burnt hair and open wounds are surely not a fashion statement you want to make. Now for my favorite topic, food. Food and beverages should never be consumed in the lab. Bringing these items into the lab could lead to accidental ingestion of chemicals that cause serious health risks. All chemicals in the lab should be considered dangerous, so please don't touch, taste, or smell any of them. Next, let's move on to glassware. There are numerous safety procedures that must be followed when handling laboratory glassware. Glassware is not indestructible and things will get broken. Never handle broken glassware with your bare hands. Always make sure to use a broom and dustpan to pick up pieces of glass and notify your teacher if an accident occurs. Glassware that has been heated on a Bunsen burner or a hot plate will be extremely hot. Avoid touching hot glassware with your bare hands. Either allow the glassware to cool or remove it from heat using heat-resistant gloves. Glassware must always be cooled before immersing it in water. This leads us to everyone's favorite topic in chemistry, fire. Never leave a lit Bunsen burner unattended in the lab. Anything that is being heated or is visibly reacting should always be monitored. Turn off burners or hot plates when they are not in use. Also, avoid looking directly into any container that is being heated. Do not put any objects directly into the flame unless instructed to do so. Putting pencils, pens, fingers, and other objects in the burners will result in automatic removal from the lab. Finally, when in the lab, make sure to follow all written and verbal instructions carefully. If you do not understand the lab procedure, don't be afraid to ask questions before proceeding. Only perform experiments that have been approved by your teacher. Unauthorized experiments are prohibited as they could lead to dangerous chemical reactions with unintended consequences. Before leaving the lab, make sure that all glassware has been washed, lab stations have been wiped down, and all materials have been returned to their appropriate areas. Welcome to chemistry. Let's go in and explore the lab.